Hey, good afternoon. This is Ron from Rich Dreams. And I was watching YouTube the other day and I stumbled across this millionaire named Myron Golden. And he said that the real meaning of wealth is my ability to produce something of value for someone other than myself. He said to produce value for someone else, you have to know what it is that they value first. And he said that values come from three different places: past perceived voids, present perceived virtues, and future preserved visions. Check it out.
Wealth is not money. Or money's not wealth. Money is not wealth. What is wealth? Wealth is my ability to produce something of value for someone other than myself. That's what wealth is. Wealth is my ability to produce something of value for someone other than myself. You cannot produce value for someone until you discover what's valuable to that someone. So how do I discover what's valuable? I'm going to tell you. This is so cool. Like, if I'm going to produce something of value to you, that's valuable to you, I have to know what your values are, don't I? And I have to know where your values come from. So where do values come from? Values come from three different places. Number one, past perceived voids produce present pursued values. Past perceived voids, what does that mean? When you grow up feeling like something's missing, you value that thing and you seek to fill that gap, that hole in your life. So when I was a kid, like, I live in a regular house. I mean, it's nice. It's a nice house. It's just me and my wife, and it's 3,500 square feet. It's not a mansion. I mean, I could live in a mansion, but I don't live in one, at least not right now. Maybe one day I will. Maybe one day I won't. I don't know. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I'm okay with that. But I'm just saying, I just live in a regular, nice house in a nice community, but I have, like, uber nice cars. Like, ridiculous. My cars are ridiculous. My kids are like, Dad, your cars don't match your house. You need to move, right? Right. I'm just saying. But when I was growing up, my parents never bought a new car. We never had a new car my whole life growing up in my parents' house. We'd have cars that when you bought it, you'd have to put an engine or a transmission or both in it. We had cars that, like, I had a car. I drove a car to Christian school when I was a junior or senior in high school that was like a old Buick Electra 225, had 4 different colored doors on it. And the kids in school made fun of us and called it the Golden Getaway Mobile. So that past perceived void, that was, y'all hurting me now, boy. That past perceived void created a present pursued value for me. When I can, I'm going to have nice cars. Are y'all tracking? Does that make sense? Okay, so that's one place. But also, present perceived virtues produce present pursued values. So if I see something if I believe that something is good, I will pursue it because I believe it's good. So present perceived virtues also create value. So if I can figure out what you think is good right now, and I figure out a way to deliver that to you, the likelihood of you buying it is much greater than if I just deliver something to you that I perceive as good. Does that make sense? And then lastly, it's determined by future pursued visions. If I know the thing you're working towards, and I can deliver you a bridge to that destination or transportation to that destination, you might say yes to my offer. So the fruitfulness of millions are your profits, and it's determined by the value. But that's how you learn this value. But even though, I'm just going to say it. So even though it's determined by value, it's also determined by your virtues. Not just the virtues they're seeking, but the virtues that you can deliver. In other words, if you your words have to match your flesh. If you tell somebody you can do something for them, you have to be able to deliver on your promises. If you can't deliver on your promises, or you don't deliver on your promises, they're not going to deliver profits to you because all you've done is demonstrate that you're actually not good. Okay. And then last but not least, it's determined by your vision. The profits that you develop are determined by your vision. We will never behave consistently in a way that's inconsistent with our programming. And we will never work towards a vision that we feel in our heart is impossible for us. Like, I don't have a problem focusing on, like, millions of dollars worth of profits because I don't think it's outside my reach. So, even hundreds of millions of dollars is not outside my reach. It's an awareness. It's not even a goal. Like, I don't have a goal. I don't have a goal of being a hectomillionaire. I don't even have a goal of being a billionaire. But if I keep on living and the world doesn't implode and things pretty much keep progressing, it seems inevitable. Not because it's like I don't have a goal. Anyway, that's a different conversation for another day. You say, Myron, what's your point? My point is, when we get our mind right and we get our mouth right, millions will show up. I'm going to ask this question as I end. What if your mind is a supercomputer? And what if all of the results you have in your house, not in your house, in your life, are a 3D printing? What if you 3D printed your house, your car, your relationships, your bank account, your investments? What if your mind is a supercomputer and all of the results you're producing are 3D printout? And what if the words that come out of your mouth are the programming for the computer that is your mind that produces the 3D printing of your results? Would you change how you talk, and would you change how you think? Because all of those things are exactly how it is.
Just off hearing that little bit of information, I came up with a supporting concept, and I call it the 3 V's. And shout out to Myron Golden, man. I gave my godson the same name, named after me. Voice represent the past, what's missing, and what's unresolved. Virtues grounding us in the present with character and values. And visions propelling us towards a prosperous future. Voids represent gaps, losses, and unresolved areas in our lives, traumas, or opportunities we missed. What voids or losses have shaped you? How do these voids influence your present behavior or mindset? What can you release to move forward? Write your answers down or post them in the comments. Write down moments in the past that left a lasting impact. Identify patterns of behaviors rooted in these behaviors. Identify your patterns of behaviors rooted in these voids, and practice forgiveness for yourself and others. Virtues represents the values and the principles that we embody in the present. It's about character, integrity, and intentional action. Mindfulness, living fully in the present. They reflect experience, discipline, cultivating habits aligned with what we want. Authenticity, acting in accordance with our true self. What virtues do you hold most importantly today? How do your actions affect your core values? Are you making choices that honor your present self? Once again, write your answers down or post them in the comments. We should start engaging in activities that align with what we want. The vision is the future. Vision represents our dreams and goals. Vision represents the legacy that you aim to create. It's fueled by imagination, faith, and purpose. What future are you working toward? How does your vision align with your purpose? What steps can you use to move closer to your goals? Write your answers down or post them in the comments. We can turn void into virtue by letting our past voids inspire growth and strength in the present. We can turn virtue into vision by setting our current values to our future aspirations. We can turn vision into void by achieving our vision and bringing healing to our past voids. I actually missed out on a college education due to financial struggles, and it made me feel void of inadequacy. We must continuously be learning and pursuing self-education. We must work through the pain with therapy and forgiveness. We should prioritize healthy communications with our family. I faced betrayal in my past, and I made a conscious effort to value and practice honesty in my personal and professional life. I only focus on what I can control, like what I eat, what I think, my exercise, and my mindset. I hope I can inspire someone to stay focused on their journey. Turning void and virtue into a vision involves 3 interconnected steps: reflection, transformation, and actionable planning. It's about transforming past challenges and present strengths into purposeful future goals. I felt unsupported growing up and lacked encouragement to pursue my dreams, which left me with a void of confidence. This void made me hesitant to take risks, fearing failure and judgment. That's why I'm making this video, to overcome my fears and to prove to myself that I can do this too. I'm doing this to fill my voids. This is teaching me the importance of self-belief. A void is not a permanent deficit. It's a starting point for transformation. When paired with a virtue, it becomes the compelling vision that can drive meaningful action and impact. I would like you to reflect on your own voids, virtues, and visions by writing them down or putting them in the comments. I appreciate you all for listening. Thank you and have a great day.